I know many of you all over the country are dealing with winter right now. That's a big pain in the neck. So every year I gotta tweak things. Look at that maniac. That's my boy. How you going there, fella? I love you so much. Look at how happy she is. My buddy, my pal. Whoa! I'm a little crooked, you know? Everything's all right though. We may get a night that gets into the 20s. And if that happens, I gotta make sure all of this is under control. Look at him, he's just relaxing in the sun. I love this guy. He's cute little tail, let's touch it. Blink up, she don't like that. Hey, what's up everybody? Oh, it is late November here and there, where you are, I'm sure, unless you're in the future, which is quite possible. I'm getting a little too heady and ethereal and a little too esoteric. I apologize. But anyway, hi, it's Lola. Hi Lola, what you doing, babe? She's just kind of hanging out in the sun. We had a cool night last night, and I came out and I checked on all the heaters and hides and things of that nature that I stress about when the weather finally starts. We got a turtle blocking my door. When the weather finally starts changing, right? So I noticed Inky was not in the hide, she was under the hide, and then I thought, wait a second, why is that? Well, her hole wasn't large enough for her. The girl's getting big. Come over and have a look at her. She's getting a rather large. Our Inky, she's up there on her little hide, or rather on her branch. Let's open this up. I want you guys to see her because she is amazing. Check this out. You want to go that way? There she is. She'll probably give you a good whip. Yeah, there she is. So she's getting bigger, and I gotta tell you another funny story, friends. Come on over here and look at my face as I tell the story, because you know the drama that we've had with this lizard, right? You know, she was actually stolen and recovered and all that jazz. Well, honest to goodness, I came in here yesterday morning to check on everyone as I normally do every day, and one of these doors was open, and my heart sank because I'm like, how'd that happen? Did someone break in again? Like, unfortunately, that's the first thing I went to because of what happened to her earlier this year. And I was bummed, but none of the doors to the outside of the cage were open. So I thought, well, let me look around. I looked on the ground, I looked in the rocks. Check it out, like, just come out here. I was looking all throughout here, okay? Looking on the ground, I looked inside their hide box, and I didn't see her. Until I finally looked up, and she was actually right up there. So I was able to grab her and get her back in here. And it was actually, this section was open, this door. So I'm gonna blame Matt. It's Matt's fault. Blame. Now, I guess it wasn't fully closed, so she must have pushed it up and walked out. Happily, she's home.
100% my fault.
It's all your fault. But anyway, it worked out good. But today's video is not about that. It's about getting her hide box placed back in. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little maintenance. We're gonna get a little dirty. I just wanna pull this open. She was actually kind of hiding in this, okay? So we're gonna place the log. This is really cool. This is repurposing our friends at Aquascapes, materials. This is one of their logs, their faux logs that you can hide a water pump, or you can hide some of their dosing systems, or if you just want a really cool little stool, you can sit on these. But I went ahead and I attached a piece of plywood, some flaps. We got a trap door here so I can get in there, and now it is kind of a cool and discreet reptile hangout, which is what I like. But before we do anything else, we're going to take our Fluker heat pad, and we're going to go ahead and I wrap it up like this, and we're going to open the door. We're going to throw it in, and it unwraps, and look at that. Now she's got a heating element there. We shut that, wedge this back down, and then I can simply hide the cord. Doesn't hurt anything. Whoop-de-doo. And now I'm thinking that is a large enough hole for her to get in. So every year I got to tweak things. Every winter I got to redo some things. So next, say goodbye to Inky, everyone. Bye, Inky. We love you. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to go visit with Lulu, the crocodile monitor. You guys saw me put that new hide box in. We took the hide box from Buttercup, since she never uses it, and we've repurposed it for our girl. See, look at these. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not good sometimes at lining things up. I'm a little crooked, you know? Everything's all right though. It's gonna be fine. Anyway, now it's lined up. It's locked in. And we're gonna walk on over here. Come with me. Look out for this maniac.
No more blaming Matt.
No more blaming Matt. That was all on me, okay? But look at that maniac. This guy, yeah, he's a crazy lizard. That's my blue iguana. He don't want to be friends with me, but he sure is interested in getting my toes when I come in here with food. So you gotta watch out for those dudes when you walk in here. Bit of a nut. Oh, and there's that turtle. Let me see if I can sneak out and move this turtle. Yeah, here we go. Come on, guys. We got turtles everywhere. It's, you know, it's like, it's not turtle landmine, it's their droppings. We'll put that guy back there, say what's up to Guapo, and we're gonna move along. Okay, you're in. Here, let me just grab this while he's doing work. See this? I'm not afraid of manhandling the camera. Oh, you're on again. Here we go. So we're gonna grab our little, my little cart. We're gonna take a walk to Lulu's house. So I wanna get this up. And I'm gonna explain to you why I put it where I'm gonna be putting it. In the meantime, have a look at Lady Dale over there, sunbathing. How cool is it, guys? Would you be excited if you had alligators on your property and when you're walking by to go do some chores, you get to hang out with a big alligator? What's up, sweet pea? There's my girl. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. It was cool last night. So the gators come on out. They warm themselves up. Although I don't see Snaggletooth. Where is Snags? Wait a second. Oh, come on. We got to see Snags. Come on. I can't walk by these guys and not say hello to them. They're so amazing, man. It's the coolest thing in the world to have giant dinosaurs living in your backyard. But we have Fred Grunwald to thank for that. How about it? Look at this. Hey, dude. He's all stretched out. He is every bit of 12 foot, no problem. And you couldn't even give him a bear hug if you wanted. That's my boy. How you doing there, fella? I love you so much. I wish I could kiss you. I could kiss you, but it'd be the last kiss I ever gave. Yeah, well, anyway, this is his favorite spot. He loves to come out here and stretch. But this is, again, something that's interesting. So we're talking about keeping the animals all warm. Reptiles are what? Cold-blooded. So they're ectotherms, meaning outside of their body. They have to look to outside behavior or to behavior in order for them to heat themselves up. So after a cool night, the gators crawl on up here. It's going up into the 80s today here in South Florida, and he's gonna warm himself up. And nature saw fit to make him black so he can absorb all that solar radiation and heat himself up. And also, if you look on his scutes, those are those bumps on the back of the animal on his dorsal side. And what you're noticing, those are actually called osteoderms. They're free floating bone encased in skin, but they have little air sacs where blood vessels go through, with little holes in those osteoderms where there's blood vessels. He's warming himself up. He's basically solar powered. The blood goes from the back, gets pumped around from his heart, and it keeps his whole body warm. So that's what's going on with the gators, but they're native to Florida and the southeastern United States, so they're tough. They can take these cooler temperatures. A gal like Lulu, who we're going to see right now, our croc monitor, she's from Papua New Guinea and parts of Indonesia, where they never experience any kind of drastic? I don't think that's a word. Drastic is, though.
And dramatic.
Drastic changes in temperature. So what I want to do is ensure that this gal's comfortable. And she's right where I want her to be after a cool night, though. Check this out. We got to go ahead and do this. Open it up. I'm going to go ahead and just get a few things ready. We want to grab this heat pad, which has holes, and it can be mounted. And we're going to use these small screws to mount it to the lid of her enclosure, of her hide box. Come on in, guys. And right now, she's just laying down in the sun. Look at how happy she is. The other cool thing, before we go, I'm going to go. You look at her. I'm going to close this gate. What's up, Lulu? I don't want to startle you. So she's super happy. She's in the sun. She's relaxing. And again, though, even though she got that pretty marking, she's dark coloration. And she's absorbing a lot of that radiation from the sun, a lot of that heat from the sun. and she's gonna be fine and warmed up. So what I'm gonna do, guys,
Looks like she's shedding.
yeah, that's possible. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna open this up, okay? And you'll see I have a fluker heater, but it's really, it's just not going to cover as much of the enclosure as I want. I really want her to be comfortable. We don't want her to get really below 65 degrees. So what instead I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount this to the roof of the enclosure, okay? We're gonna do something like this, because this, a couple of things. If you're somewhere in the southeast United States, you're gonna have to deal with fire ants. Fire ants, to my knowledge, I may not be 100% correct on this, but I was told that fire ants are an invasive species. I'm not sure if that's true, but they do like heat sources. So what they'll do is when you go ahead and you put a heat pad on the ground, it'll attract the colony of ants, and they build their nests right on the heat pad. So one of the ways that we've combated this here in Florida is by taking the heat pads and placing them on the roof, or you place them on the side of the structure you're trying to heat, and that keeps the fire ants from being attracted to it. So that's why I like to put it on the lid. The other reason I like to put it up high is sometimes, as you know, reptiles, in the past we had something called a heat rock when we were young, and those heat rocks, the reptile would lay on it, but they'd stay on it and burn themselves. Sometimes you don't want to have exposure to the heating element without some kind of rock on top of it, or some kind of buffer to dampen the amount of heat they get. But I like putting it on top, because this way these guys, there's no issues. They can just kind of lay under it, the heat radiates down, it keeps them comfortable. So okay, let's go ahead and mount this up. We're going to dress her home up. She's getting a new heater, and the cool thing about her is she's already found this little area, this heating box that we have here, this hide box, and she loves it. She's been in it every single night. And the good thing about that is, what I've done is I've kept this enclosure very simple. I'm trying to steer her behavior, and I'm doing that by not giving her too many options. I want her to just come to this for security and heat, and it seems to be working. She sees it. There's nowhere else she can really hide. And that's good, because sometimes if you have too many options, they'll go in the option that doesn't have the heater, and that can be a problem. So you see that? Very simple. We got that going. Now what I have to do is I have to go outside, but I'm also going to want to notch. I think we're going to see where this lines up, but I'm going to cut a little notch in here so that this doesn't get crimped, and we're going to go thread this through the wire. So you guys look at that pretty girl. Let me get my little cutting device, and I'll be right back.
Lulu, how do you feel about this?
Also, while I'm out, I'm going to go ahead and unplug the old heater and ask my buddy, my pal. Whoa! Oh, hi, I'm sorry. Did I scare you? Because you scared me. Holy smokes, I forgot she was there. I'm sorry I scared you, Lulu. I'm really sorry. She's blind in the eye you guys are looking at, but not the eye she's looking at with me. But hey, would you do me a favor, Matt? Would you go ahead, you see this cord? Can you just pull that and maybe thread the new one through? See if we can pull this one out. There you go. Show everyone what we're doing here. Yeah, we're just pulling this out, and now grab me that other one. Hopefully, oh boy, yeah.
Will it fit through?
It will not. All right, I'm gonna have to do a little more modification, but it won't. The modifications won't be large enough to ruin or allow her to escape. So give me a second, friends. I have something to cut with. Wouldn't you know it? I don't think I can cut that. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to reach that. I gotta get wire snips. I'll be back. Okay, I think we got it taken care of, friends. She can't fit out of that.
Two.
Yeah,
there we go.
She won't fit out of that. Let me plug it in. No problem. I mean, yeah, there you go. Not the prettiest thing.
You taking this one out?
Yeah, we're gonna take that one out. The good news is that the winter here in South Florida is, well, I mean, we measure it by days, how many cold days we have, and they're spread out. So last night was a cooler night, went down to 65, but we may get a night that gets into the 20s. And if that happens, I got to make sure all of this is under control. And sometimes I'll even bring the animals in because I just don't even want to risk any kind of drama. So let's go ahead. I think I see where it's gonna. Just a quick knot. I think that should do it. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, there you go. Not worried about it. Just lay it right there. Again, it's just gonna be here for a little while because what'll happen is in the summer, I wrap up all the cords and zip tie them and no big deal. So we got that situated. Let's go ahead and check some of the other enclosures though and make sure that the heaters are working properly because it might get cool again tonight. So let's go see Slinky and then let's go see the other croc monitors and I'll show you what's happening with them. Hey buddy, that's my boy Slink. Now Slink was up early and he was actually hanging out on his bridge. Hi buddy, how you doing? I want to go show everyone your hide box. So check this out guys, come on over here. We have this awesome bridge now, which makes getting across the pond easy. But some of the other things I wanted to tell you about keeping some of the reptiles here. For example, what happens with the turtles in the ponds? Well, if you look at the ponds, we've got African cichlids and they're a tropical fish and we don't want those fish to die in the cold weather. So what we do is we run well water through each pond system. The well water comes out of the ground at 72 degrees because of the depth of the well. And that's what's keeping the turtles warm and the crocs warm, the caiman rather. They're able to get in there and not have any issues. Now, Slinky, I like him to sleep in his house. Now, you guys saw a few weeks back, we put the new lid on it. We've got, of course, our universal rocks. But what I did simply is this. These are not fire ants, these are sugar ants, but they're a fact of life. But I've got, for Slinky, a heat pad here and a heat pad on top. I take some cinder blocks and raised it up because sometimes water will get into the bottom there and I didn't want there to be any drama with these heat pads. They're not waterproof, so they're up there. But anyway, Slinky has an option to be on the heat pad or to move off of it. So it's very simple, but it's attached to that. We're gonna smash some ants right there. But let's go on over and see the croc monitors real quick. And you'll see what I did for them. And we'll check up on them as well. Careful now, Slinky's right there. Good deal. All right, look at him. He's just relaxing in the sun. I love this guy. What an awesome lizard he is. He is the best. God, he's so cool. It's like your own pet dragon. All righty. Oh, and look at where the croc monitors are now. There's the large male. That's Chase, everybody. Now we're gonna be careful when we go in here with Chase. Right, Matt? Right.
You do not need to tell me twice.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead in first. And then I want you to just gently walk past him. Just walk right past him. You're good. Just walk right on by. No problem. He's more nervous of you. There you go. So he's out in the sun. Leave him be. And let's go see where is our girlfriend. Oh, well, check it out, guys. Our girlfriend is actually in the heating element. She's on it right now. So we've got what's called a Stansfield heating pad. She's in there right now. And this Stansfield heating pad you can buy, just Google it, Stansfield heating pads. They're called pig blankets, and they're very heavy duty and they come in different sizes. Look at this cute little tail. Let's touch it. Clink. Oh, she don't like that. Anyway, we put her in there. Very simple. She goes in this every night. I'll close this door and I'll lock them in. This whole thing is foamed on the outside. I built it as a nest-like structure. It does have a lid. Okay, but I never really have to use it. What'll happen is sometimes when it's cool, they don't go in it. You really want to train the animals to go in. You have to put them in constantly and then they get it in their heads. Wait a minute, it's warm in there. So when the sun starts going down, their behavior changes, right? Because they're ectotherms and they learn that if I go in here, it's warm. So it's pretty cool. But Sometimes they don't always make it in. Maybe it got cool too quick. Maybe it was an overcast day. They had enough energy to crawl out, but they don't have enough energy to go back in. That's where I come in and my welding gloves, and I put those suckers on and I wait until they're nice and cool to grab them, because if I don't, I'm gonna get ripped to shreds by these lizards. So I cool them down a little bit, not to the point where they can get any kind of pneumonia or anything like that, but I put them in, shut the door. It's just a lot easier for me. But most of the time, thankfully, they just go in on their own. But living here in South Florida, it's almost perfect, but not quite perfect. And I know many of you all over the country are dealing with winter right now, and with our herps, that's a big pain in the neck. And we feel it here in Florida because, you know, you'll get these warm days, but you got to be vigilant, because at night these animals can get caught out, and you don't want any kind of problems to arise, any kind of respiratory issues. Whenever a reptile gets sick, generally here in Florida, it's during the winter. That's the toughest time for us keepers down here. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this little, just kind of a refresher on how we heat things here. It's the heating pad, seems to be the best way. This one is off the ground, that's why it's on the floor of their heater, but I've also not covered the entire floor. Remember, you can quicker kill a reptile with heat than you can with cold, as we've seen with Slinky, right? All right, everyone, what I mean is you'll have to look at that video. Slinky almost died a few years ago because he was pretty cold. Anyway, my friends, thanks for hanging out with me today. We learned a little bit, we saw some cool animals, and we got work done, which I always love doing, especially when I get to share my day with you friends. So thank you so much. I'll see you again real soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think. How would you do it better? Do you have a better idea? I'm always open to suggestions, so let them fly in the comments below. Later.